everyone, today I'm going to be talking about Jupiter in Gemini. So this is part of my Jupiter science series. The earlier one was in Jupiter in Taurus. So today I'm going to be focusing on having Jupiter in Gemini. So what happens when the planet of expansion and good fortune and good luck, when that is in the air sign, mutable sign of Gemini. So keep watching. Before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know that I do natal chart readings. So, if you're facing any challenges in your life, or if you're trying to get into a relationship and you want to know what it's going to be like, I can do a relationship compatibility reading for you. I also do tarot card readings. So, if you're facing a challenge on any aspect of your life, it can be your finances, it can be your career, your health, your romantic relationships, anything, you can contact for a tarot card reading as well. So to contact me, drop me a message on my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Venusianscorp. Or you can also drop me an email at astrolove111@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I posted the links in the description box below, so you can contact me anytime today. Uh, Recently, I've started doing relationship advice. So, this is general relationship counseling. It's not really related only to astrology. So, if you are having any kind of relationship troubles, it can be with your family, it can be with your romantic partner, your parents, your children, your friends, your social life, you can contact me for that as well. What I will do is I will listen to the problem that you're having, and I'm going to give you a step by step action plan that you can follow to overcome any issues that you're facing. Apart from this, I have an Amazon bookstore, so I'm a published author. I have a couple of books in there. So, one is a book on cat philosophy, which is about raising your self esteem, helping you stand up for yourself, and negotiate any situation in life. There are other books in there as well. I also have a Zazzle store, which is for tons of merchandise of astrology. So there are t-shirts, there are coffee mugs, there are a lot of things related to astrology on my Zazzle store. So check them out. The links are in the description box below. So you can check it out and make a few purchases and help me out on my journey as well. Okay, so Jupiter in Gemini. So what is Jupiter? Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It's the planet of good fortune, good luck, wealth, finances. Uh, if if Venus rules finances, Jupiter is the facilitator of that. So Jupiter is what opens the doors for you. That's why Jupiter is the planet of opportunities. And what they say about opportunities it is they never knock twice. Opportunity only knocks once at your door, and you're supposed to grab it to get the full potential in your life. Now, when you have Jupiter in Gemini, Gemini is an air sign. It's ruled by Mercury, which is ruling the intellect, which is the way you think, the way you process your emotions, the way you speak, because Mercury is communication. Now, when you have Gemini, your Jupiter in Gemini, the symbol of Gemini is the twins. So there is a dual quality to Gemini. Like it's a mutable sign also. So there is this chameleon like changeable nature to Gemini, which a lot of the times even Gemini, people with strong Gemini energy in their chart, they may also not be aware of it. That they have this kind of a changeable chameleon like nature to them. See, the thing is, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, they are in their head a lot. It's like their mind just cannot shut off. They are the kind of people who have problems sleeping at night because their mind is always working 24 by 7. It's almost like they have two people living inside of them. It's the sign that's symbolized by the twins. So there is a Jekyll and Hyde syndrome in these people. I'm not saying that there is this kind of a dark side, but there is a dual side to them where, they think something at one point of time, and then the next couple of days or the next week or so, it's going to be a completely different thought process. And To other people around them, they may come across as being flaky, like they don't make up their minds or they don't stick to their viewpoints. That's the kind of impression that these people can give off. The thing is, when you have Jupiter in Gemini, Jupiter expands whatever it touches, whichever house it's in, whichever zodiac sign it's in, it's going to expand that. It's going to make that more prominent in your life. I always say that people in their chart, their essence is their Jupiter sign. And, of course, it depends on the whole chart. It depends on which house your Jupiter is, like which house your Gemini is sitting in. But your essence is going to be that of a Gemini in a lot of ways. So, Gemini rules the third house of communication and media, and it also rules younger siblings, in your life. So your Jupiter is going to get activated when you focus on careers related to media, entertainment, television, anything that involves some kind of communication. So basically focusing on communicating your truths to the world. See, if the opposite sign of Gemini is Sagittarius on the axis. Sagittarius is about truth. Sagittarius is about the big picture. It rules the ninth house of travel and things like that. And Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So when you have Jupiter in Gemini, there is a bit of paradox. See, because Jupiter wants to look at the big picture. Jupiter is a big planet. It's all about larger than life visions, larger than life goals, ambitions, and things like that. Jupiter likes to be the teacher. That's why it rules the ninth house of Sagittarius, which is about philosophy, spirituality, travel. Like you can get the picture, right? It's about expansion. It's about higher learning, which is all about Sagittarius. Now the opposite sign, Gemini, when you've got Jupiter here, Gemini is caught up in the details. Gemini doesn't like to look at the big picture. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. It's very detail oriented. It likes to look at the fine print. It's like they say, the devil is in the details. For a Gemini, that's very true. They like to scrutinize everything in a situation. Whereas Jupiter can't be bothered with that. For Jupiter, the real wealth, the good fortune starts rolling in when you move past the details and focus on the big picture. That's why it rules Sagittarius. So when you've got it in Gemini, you're going to be like when you are focused on a life purpose or a goal or an ambition, you might be getting in your own way. You might be your own worst enemy because you're so focused on the nitty gritty of things that often you can't allow for the larger things to happen in your life. So, what does it look like practically? So, let's say you're working on a particular problem, right? You have a project that you're working on, you have a certain problem that you're trying to focus on and resolve. When you've got Jupiter in Gemini, you're going to be stuck with the details of the problem. And it's like a hamster on a wheel. You're just going to be running around in circles, focusing on the details, focusing on the minutiae of the problem. Whereas Jupiter here is encouraging you to move past the smaller stuff and start focusing on the larger picture. So, what is your larger goal in life? Okay, there is a problem right now, but what is the overarching goal? What are your larger plans in life? Like, what are you trying to achieve? At a larger scale. That's what Jupiter is trying to teach you. But when you've got it in Gemini, you can be caught up in your thought process because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So you can be very caught up in your thoughts. You can, like I said, you can be your own worst enemy. You can stand in your own way and prevent progress from happening to you. So, Jupiter and Gemini is a tough placement. First of all, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is about thinking, whereas Jupiter is about doing and vision and larger than life goals. And the other drawback is that Gemini is ruled by the twins, like the symbol is the twins. So you always have two people sitting inside your head and telling you things. So as somebody with a strong Gemini, because Jupiter in Gemini, you do have strong Gemini in your chart because it's expanding this Gemini energy in your life. So for you, not only are you caught up in your thoughts, but there it's like two different people sitting inside your head and telling you what to do. So that can make it very difficult and very challenging to focus on goals, like to really stick to something and persevere. And you know that, um, how do they say, like the earth signs, they have that perseverance, they've got that tenacity to stick through it and make sure that the end goal is reached. For you, that can be a problem because you're so caught up in the day to day aspect of things, the details, that it can be difficult for you to move out of that and focus on what's really important, the Sagittarian side, the higher vision, aiming for the stars. That's very Sagittarius. The opposite is Gemini, which is like, let's focus on the immediate problem at hand. That's very Gemini. Your nature as a Jupiter in Gemini is to not focus on experiences so much, but to focus more on studies, academics. So that's how, see, Gemini is an academic oriented sign. That's why it's detail oriented, it's Mercury ruled. Sagittarius, the opposite is, like I said, the big picture. It's about theory later, practical first. It likes to get life experiences first and then do the studies later. Like Sagittarius can't be bothered with studies, they can't be bothered with learning subjects like theoretically. For them, it's more about experiencing whatever they're trying to study, whatever they're trying to learn. That is Sagittarius rules travel, rules the ninth house of traveling and learning life, that's Sagittarius. Whereas Gemini is studying and learning life. So, very different energies, but they both are in search of the truth. So Jupiter and Gemini, there is a paradox here because Jupiter energy is very different, you know. Um, so I would urge you, Jupiter and Geminis, to try to take a leave from the ninth house. Travel more, get out there more, get out of your head more because you're so much in your head. Your Mercury is so prominent in your life. You think about things so much, you overthink a lot. That can get in the way of progress. That can get in the way of good fortune shining in your life. So get out there more, travel more, see new cultures, experience new countries, open up your mind. See, Jupiter is expansion, and your mind is Mercury, Gemini. So it's about opening up your mind. And the way to practically do that is to travel. Is to, if you really want to study, study different philosophies, study different cultures, study different spiritual paths, and get to know more about the world out there because there's an entire world out there. And that's when the good things are going to roll into your life. That's when the good finances, the good fortune, good luck, that's going to get opened up in your life. So guys, that's my take on Jupiter in Gemini. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. And if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe. You can click on the button at the bottom of this video. You can click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button so that whenever I post a new video, you get a notification in your inbox and you can stay tuned to all of my latest updates. So thanks a lot for watching today, guys, and see you in my next video, which is going to be Jupiter in Cancer. That's going to be a good one, so stay tuned and keep watching. Thanks a lot. Bye.